Nothing that dramatic.
Okay.
Good morning, this is Randy Schoeneman from Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is October 17th, 2016, and we are currently looking at the city sewer line that is running down East Overbluff Road in Spokane, Washington. We're going to be doing a video inspection of the main line at 816 East Overbluff Road. And right now we're looking at the city sewer. That is a concrete piece of pipe under the street. We're out about 64, 65 feet from the cleanout that we're working through in the basement. And we're going to begin pulling back and inspecting the condition of this main line going to the sewer. Right here, of course, we're still in concrete, and it looks like the city or somebody has done some repairs in the future, or in the past, excuse me. We look to be in about, I'm going to say about a 6 or an 8-inch PVC line. This is a more modern plumbing material in the green and white. This is primer and glue. When you put this together, you have to use a special primer and glue. The bottom of the pipe is on the lower left-hand corner. As we begin pulling back, we'll be able to identify the bottom of the pipe by the bright light. There's actually a cleanout located in the middle of the circular drive underneath a parking lot cover. Real heavy piece of cast iron, and then the PVC comes up from there. We're coming up on about 60 feet here, and it looks like we transition into this black pipe here. Looks like it could be ABS. It's definitely a house in this era. Looks like the line was initially installed. The only permit I could find was from 1928. I believe. I'll have that information on the invoice. And this looks to be more modern ABS pipe. And we're coming back. We just passed the 60-foot mark. Of course, the bottom of the pipe is still in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Looks like this was installed with really good grade. Everything looks to be flowing just fine. The wisps of things you see in the line and kind of floating in front of the camera, that's actually methane and sewer gas. We're using an HD camera on the end of our cable here to see what we have. But everything here looks absolutely perfect. Got a little bit of a flat grade there, you can see by some standing water. Getting a little deeper, we passed the 50-foot mark, and we're coming up on 40 feet here pretty close, or pretty quickly. Aspect-wise, you can see the bottom of the pipe is starting to shift to the upper left-hand corner of the screen. As we pull through elbows, you'll see that change quite a bit. Now it's rotating over to the right-hand side. And right here we have a little issue that is probably going to give you possibly some issues in the future. Right here we're sitting in a little pool of water. This is at about 30, I'm going to call it 38 feet. It's actually 37 feet 10 inches. And my camera lens is about 1.5 inches in diameter, and we start going underwater real quickly. What's going on here is you have an area of positive grade where it actually has to drain uphill in order to get to the sewer. This is an area where solids will accumulate. It's not super deep though at this point. Like I mentioned, my camera lens is 1.5 inches in diameter. We're in now PVC that you can see by the green color. So we've gone from concrete to PVC to ABS, back into PVC. These are all newer, more modern materials. Yeah, there we go, getting pretty close to the 1.5 inch mark. What happens here is debris going through the line, whether it's sewage, food particles, whatever, it slows down in this area and can accumulate over time. Occasionally it needs to be removed with a jet. Sometimes we can stir it up enough with our cable to where we can get it discharging. Right here on the left-hand side of the screen you can see a T that drops into the line. We're out here about 33 feet. I'd be willing to bet a large chunk of money that is where the cleanout in the driveway comes in. Again, that's at about 30, let's see, I don't have a real good view of it, but I'm going to say about 34 feet out from the cleanout that we're working at in the basement. Coming back, looks like we have some good grade. We're in a PVC material still, so nice modern pipe. A little bit of standing water. Here it's getting a little bit deeper. When this line was replaced, they may have had, this is really large diameter pipe for this size of a residence. Code, if you have a fairly flat grade, they will let you install pipe, but they want the diameter of it increased so that fluids will move through it. We still have a little bit of standing water, so we have a pretty slight grade issue. There might not have been a lot of grade between where the iron pipe leaves the house and the sewer connection out in the street, which is why we might have a real flat area. These white particles that you see here, this is typically cooking grease. Aspect-wise, our bottom of our pipe is now back in the lower left-hand corner. Looks like nice, normal PVC material, so you've got a very modern sewer line, new construction standards, basically. Here we have a little elbow, a little bit of debris there. I'm going to try and jar that loose a little bit. This may have been a burst line. Looking at some of the texture on the pipe, there's a treatment that you can give to a line that is intact, has good grade, but it looks like it may have been coated with a plastic material rather than pipe being installed, or new pipe being installed. Right here we're coming up on about 17 feet from the cleanout we're working at in the basement. We're now inside the outside wall of the house. There's another T from other lines in the house that drop into this, so you can see at the top and bottom of the screen. Bottom of the pipe is in the left-hand corner, so these probably come in from other lines inside the house. You can see by the color change that we are now in iron pipe inside the house. Typically you'll see this used up to, usually within about 3 to 5 feet of the foundation wall. This could possibly, yeah, it's in remarkable shape. It could possibly be, I don't think it'd be lead, but it's probably black iron. We just passed the 10-foot mark here, and we're continuing to come back towards the cleanout. Lower portion of the pipe is now in the upper left-hand corner, and I can hear my camera inside the pipe, so I know I'm getting really close. This is real traditional, real common-looking iron right here where you see it rusted and pitted. This is very normal wear. Another line drops into it here. I'm thinking probably from the toilet in the downstairs bathroom here. And continuing to pull back. Bottom of the pipe is now moving to the upper right-hand corner, and it looks like we're coming up our cleanout, which in fact we are. Let me wipe my camera lens off here real quick, and we'll get you a little better picture of where we're working from. Okay, and this is where we're at in the basement. This is the cleanout right next to the bathroom at the bottom of the stairway. Again, this is Randy Schoeneman from Bulldog Rooter. Today's date is October 17th, 2016, and that will conclude the video inspection of the main line for the house at 816 East Overbluff Road in Spokane, Washington. Thank you very much for choosing Bulldog Rooter.